Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, my name is Femke and in today's video I will be sharing my tips and tricks on how to use water decals. I've actually done like one or two similar videos like this, but it's been quite some years already and pretty much like the technique is still the same, but I'm going to use some smaller decals on my own long natural nails just to show you how to work with them and that you actually don't need a lot of tools to make it work. So yeah, let's just quit the rambling, and of course if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you would like to do so. Hit that notification bell as well and become a part of my little nail family here at YouTube. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, let me know in the comment section down below, and as usual I love you so much and I hope to see you in my next video as well. So let's get into this how to do it yourself using water decals tutorial, and let's just start off with what I used on forehand because I haven't recorded what items, or at least the application of the colors, the base and so on that I have on my nails here already. But here you can see I used the Dior base. I used a beautiful green, like olivey green kind of color, which I purchased from my local drugstore. They're actually quite affordable and they dry really fast as well, and they are vegan and cruelty free, so that's a big plus. I am definitely planning on doing a full-on swatch and review video on the 9 shades from that collection a little later, but I also used a beautiful pinkish shade by OPI, and this one is actually from the Hollywood, I think it was the spring 2021 collection. But yeah, first off, of course, make sure that your manicure is completely dry before doing this. This is also the reason why I had painted my nails the night before actually recording this video. And of course, pick the decals that you want to use. As I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to use a little bit of like a smaller decal because I have done some previous videos on how to use bigger ones, like full covering decals, which is a whole other story. But these smaller ones are actually really easy to use and pretty much the most easy to use in my opinion. So you just want to pick a couple of them, cut them out and make sure that the clear film is still on it for now, but I will get back to that a little later once you're ready to actually dunk these decals into water. As mentioned in the intro, you don't need a lot of tools for this, but one tool that is pretty irreplaceable for me is a set of tweezers. I've got some really pointy ones which are super easy to use when it comes to dunking the decals into the water and just wiggling them around a bit. Of course, it is not a must-have. You can just do this with your fingers as well, but if you are going to sit down and do both of your hands nails, I would really recommend to just get a pair of tweezers. They don't have to be the super spiky ones or pointy ones that I am using for this particular video. You can use some random angle tweezers as well. And then I am going to take a little triangular kind of dish. You can use any type of dish. Once again, just grab whatever you have laying around the house, whatever is handy for you to use. And as far as the water goes, you can just use simple plain tap water. You don't need to like boil it at first. It's not like a water marble, which I would highly recommend to use super clean, crisp water for. For these decals, it doesn't really matter. One thing that you definitely do want to do, as I have already shown you here because I'm already applying the first decal, is making sure that you remove that clear film before putting your decal into the water. If you do not do this, maybe you've forgotten to do so, it has happened to me a couple of times as well. Don't worry, don't be scared to waste the decal. Sometimes it just happens and we all learn from that, but make sure to remove it because if you don't, you will not be able to remove the decal from the paper backing, and yeah, you pretty much just have to throw it out because you can't use it. But yeah, if you have dunked your decal into the water, I'd say for like 20 maybe 30 seconds. It sometimes depends on the water decal brand that you are using. I have a ton of them from AliExpress. They are super inexpensive and really easy to use. I just dunk them into the water
for like 20 seconds or something. It doesn't really matter if it takes a little longer or you let it sit in the water a little longer, but just make sure that it's easy to slide off the decal and then place it onto your nail. Also, you want to rub on the decal just softly when applying it to your finger or to your nail, I have to say. You can just use your finger for that, like I'm doing in this particular video, but you can use any like silicone tool or anything like that to softly press down the decal as well, making sure that there's no air or water left underneath the decal or in between the decal and your nail surface. And if there's still a little water underneath, you are able to slide the decal off or maybe even replace it a little bit differently on the nail. But just make sure that before you're going in with your top coat, there is no air or water underneath there anymore. So make sure to press that decal down flat onto your nail surface, gently, softly, but firm enough that there is nothing underneath there anymore. But yeah, that is pretty much it. It is super easy. One tip that I would like to share, if it's not ready to come off of the paper backing yet, maybe you've left it in a little bit too short for the decal to really like get loose from that paper backing, just dunk it back into the water. It really doesn't matter if you pull it out for a couple of seconds, see if it slides off, and if it doesn't slide off, just dunk it back into the water for another 10 seconds or so. After that, just grab it from the water again and try to slide it off the paper backing once more, and then just place it onto the nail like you did for the other decals. One question that I do get a lot here at my YouTube channel whenever I use decals like these is if it's possible to actually layer decals on top of each other. Sometimes you just want to lay them a little bit on top of each other just to give it a more like cool effect or something like that. It is totally possible, but once again, make sure there is no water or air underneath anymore, and definitely cap it all in with a good layer of top coat. Of course, I wouldn't go for like 100 layers of water decals kind of look. I definitely would recommend to not do so, because one, you're wasting a lot of perfectly fine nail items and products. That's just such a waste. And secondly, I'm not quite sure if 100 layers will actually stay put onto your nail. So yeah, just don't do it. It is such a waste of product and time, and yeah. But after you have placed all of the decals you wanted to use wherever you wanted to place them on your nails, of course, you can do this if you have shorter nails as well. Don't worry if you're seeing my nails being quite long. If you have shorter nails, you can definitely use water decals as well. If they are a little bit too big, you can easily cut them a little shorter, like size them up to your nail really nicely. And yeah, afterwards, if everything is settled and pressed down flat onto the nail, there's no water or air underneath your decals or anything like that, you can go in with your top coat. I'm just using one by Orly that I just recently got in one of my PR packages. I am still quite new to the bases and top coats by Orly. I think I only have a couple of top coats, like 2, and a couple of nail oils. I don't know if I have any bases, but of course you can just choose whatever kind of base and top coat you would like to use. I just chose a glossy one because you guys know me, I am a glossy finish kind of girl. But if you want to use a matte top coat, you can definitely do so as well. It might change the entire look a little bit of the decal, but I don't think it will be like very drastically, if you know what I mean. But this was pretty much the entire new how to use water decals video. If you have any questions or comments, or you just want to say hi, definitely leave a comment down in the comment section underneath this little video, you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you liked it, and as usual, I hope to see you in one of my next videos as well.